Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Welcome back to Agri Class. My name still remains Mr. Samuel, and we now move to oil palm. The scientific name of oil palm is Elis guineensis. Elis guineensis. Oil palm belongs to the group of crops known as oil crops. Among them, you have the coconut, you have the groundnut. The oil palm is unique because almost all parts of the tree is essential for human need. Now, oil palm belongs to the group of family Palmaceae. That means the family of palm. It's an oil crop, and the fruit is drupe. The fruit is drupe. We have some fruit that are berry, but the fruit of oil palm is drupe. Now, the preparation of land. We can use cutlasses to clear the bush, or we use machines to do the same. We do not need to make hips or ridges for oil palm, being a tree crop. It can be grown on a flat soil. The oil palm can be grown on the flat soil. There are varieties of oil palm. We have different types of oil palm. We have the group called the Dura, we have the Persevera, and we have the Tenera. The Tenera is hybrid. That means the crossbreed between the Dura and the Persevera. The Dura oil palm has very thin mesocarp. It has thick endocarp. It has large kernel. Because it has a thick mesocarp, that means it has much oil than the other. Whereas the Persevera has very thick mesocarp, then thin endocarp, and very small kernel. It has very little oil. Tenera is the hybrid of the two. It has moderate mesocarp, moderate endocarp, and moderate kernel. That means the shell inside. That means it contains moderate oil and moderate kernel. Climatic and soil requirements. Oil palm can grow almost anywhere you have enough sunshine and enough rainfall. But you can say it requires temperature of 18 degrees to 27 degrees Celsius. And rainfall should be 150 centimeter to 200 centimeter per annum. Then a deep loamy soil that's rich in organic matter with a pH of 4.5 to 6 is very good for oil palm. That means oil palm will need fairly acidic soil. Method of propagation. Oil palm is planted by seeds. Oil palm is a monocot, so you cannot plant it vegetatively. You cannot plant the stem or the leaf or whichever. Singly, oil palm is cultivated by seeds. The planting date. Now, the unique thing about oil palm, out of other crops we studied, is that oil palm needs 3 stages of cultivation: the pre-nursery, the nursery, and the field. The other ones we studied need just to go and plant the seed on the field, that means the farmland direct, or to plant in the nursery and then in the farmland. But for oil palm, it has 3 stages. You plant in the pre-nursery, then you plant in the nursery, then you plant on the field, which is the actual farmland. That means you'll be transplanting from the pre-nursery to the nursery, from the nursery to the field or to the farmland. Now, in the nursery, the planting date is between August and October. So between from August to October, you can begin to plant on the pre-nursery. While the nursery, you plant just 9 months after you have harvested, or you plant from the nursery. 9 months after you plant, then you transfer, and then you plant on the field between March to May. That means a year later, the nursery, you plant on the field. But the process of germination in the pre-nursery is very, very unique. If you take a oil palm seed and you plant it, it will not grow maybe 3, 4, 5 years, may still remain and not grow because of the hard kernel, hard shell. For the seed to break through the shell, the kernel, and sprout or germinate, it will take a very long time. So what do? We aid the germination. we put it in a special condition known as germinator. But before we do that, the seeds, the kernel, will be soaked in water for 7 days. Once you are ready to grow the kernel in the pre-nursery, you soak it in water for 7 days. Each day you change the water. You change the water. This water will find a way will have a way of softening the seed coat, the tester, the shell will be softened. Then after 7 days, you put the kernel or the seed in an open place or in a shade to dry. Thereafter, you bag it together in polythene, 500 seeds per bag. Bag the seeds. Then you send it to germinator. Germinator is a machine that aids the germination process of the seeds. In the germinator, you regulate the temperature at 39 degrees C, and the seed will stay in the germinator for 80 days. That's over 2 months. 80 days. After 80 days in the germinator, the seed coat would have weakened, but the seed will still be alive. Then you soak it again in water for 7 days, changing the water every day. And then after 7 days, you dry it. I said the germination process is quite difficult than other crops, so it requires special treatment. The seeds are soaked inside water, firstly, for 7 days. With each day, the water changed. This water finds a way of softening the seed coat gradually. Then, thereafter, after 7 days, the seeds are packed in 500 quantity per bag and are put inside a machine known as germinator. The temperature of the germinator must be regulated at 39 degrees Celsius, and the seeds will stay in the germinator for 80 days. The germinator helps in softening the seed coats. After 80 days, the seeds are brought out and are put in water again for 7 days. Each day, the water must be changed. Thereafter, it is spreaded out under a shade for 2 hours. Now, the seeds are ready for pre-nursery. The seeds will now be put and planted in the nursery, pre-nursery, and the germination begins after about 2 weeks in the nursery. In the nursery, after about 9 months in the pre-nursery, the seeds are now transferred to the nursery. You can grow your oil palm seeds in nursery bags or on the seed bed. Most often, it is grown on nursery polythene bags. These polythene bags will contain very fertile soil rich in organic matter, and the seeds will be sown singly in the nursery bags. Later, it transferred from pre-nursery to the nursery, and then a year later, it goes to the field for the permanent place where it's going to be. The spacing. They put it in spacing. The spacing on the field is 9 meter triangular. 9 meter triangular. That means the spacing, the way we space oil palm is different from other crops. Other crops are planted in rows and columns, like matrix, like determinant, like rectangle. But for me, oil palm is planted triangularly. You don't plant it in rows and columns. Okay. Now, let's look at cultural practices. After you have established your seedling of oil palm on the field, field means on the permanent site where it will germinate to form the trees. What are the things you must do before you get to fruition or harvesting stage? First is weeding. Weeding must be done regularly. This is to eliminate those weeds that may disturb the growth of the seedlings and also compete for the food and nutrients and the sunlight. Then fertilizer application regularly. Cover cropping. At the beginning, when you grow the nursery, you grow the seedlings of oil palm, the growth will be very gradual. So there's every tendency that it could be dried up by the sun. So what do? You do plant cover cropping. You cover it with some maybe dry leaves, or you grow some small plants that will cover momentarily until it is established. Then pruning. Pruning is a process by which you remove those the leaves that are lower, so that as the oil palm plants continue or crop grows, you remove the lower leaves so that they can form a good canopy of leaves on top. Maturity period is 3 to 7 years, depending on the species. Thereafter, you go and harvest. Harvest is done with the use of axe or machetes. And when all palm fronds are brought down, the fruits can be detached from the bunch. Processing. After you have brought the fruits, after harvesting and you have brought the fruits from the bunch, then you can process and extract oil out of the fruits. The process is a bit also technical. It involves, number one, extraction of oil from the palm kernel fruits. The first thing is to pack the palm kernel fruits after you have removed them from the bunch. You boil them, and then you pound in the mortar. That's traditional, that's local method. You obtain the fruits, you boil the fruits, you pound the fruits in the mortar. That's to extract the kernel and the nuts out of and then the oil also. You remove the fibers and the nuts, and then you separate you mix with water. So mix with water. After you remove the fibers and oil, you mix the residue with water, and then you separate the oil by flotation. What it means is that the oil will settle while the water will stay on top, and then by flotation, remove the residue after you mix it with the water. You reboil the crude and mix with the water again and heat very well until the water is clearly separated, the oil is clearly separated. Then you remove the oil, and then you reheat the oil to eliminate any trace of water. You heat to temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. Then the water will be eliminated, and then you have your pure oil out. This method also can be done mechanically. Now, grades of oil palm. The palm oil that you get from the oil palm tree has 3 grades. We have what we call soft oil, we have the hard oil, we have the special oil, depending on the quantity of fats in the oil and also the flotation of the oil. The soft oil, the hard oil, the special oil. Most people go for the soft oil or the special oil. Now, pests of oil, the known pests of oil are rodents. These rodents will try to cut the oil palm trees at initial grade when you are growing it in the nursery or the nursery. Try to cut it. But then the rodent also tries to climb the oil palm trees and eat the fruits when they are forming the fruit. The diseases include the black diseases, blast disease, that's virus, anthracnose, freckle disease, and gallindema disease. Oil palm is known to be very, very essential, and in many countries, it's a source of foreign earnings. In Nigeria, many years ago, there is a source of major foreign earnings in Nigeria. Thanks.